Hello everyone, I'm McClendon, and today I'm gonna do another Star Wars video. I'm just talking about a certain situation this time, and not really anything new about the Star Wars shows exactly, because I haven't watched them. Like, I'm so behind in Star Wars shows, I really need to watch the Star Wars shows. Regardless of that, this is another Star Wars video, and today, I am going to be talking about Ahsoka and Rey. And, their differences. I was binging Star Wars The Clone Wars not too long ago, and that was the introduction of Ahsoka Tano, and it reminded me of, like, the Ahsoka versus Rey stuff, like, how people compare Rey to Ahsoka because, female Jedi, I guess, since Ahsoka's, like, a beloved female Jedi, while Rey, everyone hates Rey. So, yeah, that's what the video's about. So, I want to start with an obvious fact. Ahsoka wasn't perfect in the beginning of the Clone Wars. And some people even actually didn't like her for it. She was a kid, she was impulsive, she was immature, and she wasn't beating up all the Sith, she struggled with fighting them. Like, with that fight with her and General Grievous, it's not like she just completely demolished him, like there was no way that she was gonna do that. I think it was nice to see her start from a point where, like, she wasn't that good. Like, she was just kind of, like, she was a Padawan. She wasn't freaking a master, She just kind of got into, like, actually going on missions, And seeing her growth from Season 1 to Season 7 was, incredible. It made us understand her more. Another thing that I like about Ahsoka, I think more than Rey, I think she had better on-screen chemistry, like, with the other characters. Looking at Anakin and Obi-Wan and her reaction with them, like, she was definitely, like, Anakin and Ahsoka were always, like, kind of, like, picking on each other, teasing each other, and Anakin hated the fact that Ahsoka was, exactly like him. And, yeah, that's a thing I liked about Ahsoka, is, like, she really was Anakin's Padawan. I really like that chemistry they had with each other. And Obi-Wan, of course, saw Anakin in her, and he was like, oh, Ahsoka, come on, because, Obi-Wan is tired of Anakin all the time, doing everything he wants to do and not following orders. Ahsoka was simply just a character that was better built, and she was cooler, and I think, like I said before, I think that's why her growth was, like, extraordinary, because we saw her at her low point. Like, seeing her do, fight back during Order 66. It wasn't just like, how was she doing that? We weren't really annoyed, thinking, why is she the Jedi that survived? Like, we saw her grow, and I think that's why we kind of appreciate it, and we could see her as, oh, this cool Jedi who is pretty dang powerful at her age. So, yeah, Ahsoka's just generally a better character, and yes, I know, we got more, like, time with her, we had, like, 7 seasons with her. Well, 6, because she wasn't there for season 6. And because of that time, we did get to see that growth, which was amazing. And yeah, that's probably why people like Ahsoka more. Okay, so now on to Rey. Rey Palpatine. Never gonna say Skywalker. Let's think about the fact that everyone already hates the sequel, so that definitely probably contributed to the fact that no one likes Rey, but Rey might be the reason why people don't like the sequels. Definitely not the complete reason. It wasn't my complete reason. Okay, but we start off with Rey, and she knows nothing about the Jedi. She's just some girl. Doesn't use the Force or anything, She has potential, but she doesn't know about it. Then when she finds out about it, all of a sudden, like, she's, like, perfect, and she can, like, do incredible things. I think Rey was impulsive in the beginning, too. I feel like she did kind of grow from some of her mistakes, but looking at, like I said, her skill level in the Force, I mean, the Force Awakens in battle, like, to this day, I don't really understand how she beat Kylo Ren. Like, maybe Finn tired him out or whatever, I don't know, but to me, she really didn't have much of an advantage against him. It wasn't like there was, like, this real advantage, like, even though I'm not as good as him, like, I have this advantage so I can, like, beat him. I just think, like, it was just plot armor. Like, like, Kylo Ren was training with the Jedi for a long time. Like, he practiced in the Force, and then this girl who found out about the Force the day before, all of a sudden whoops him, picks up a lightsaber for the first time and knows how to use it. Like, to me, I don't know. There wasn't really any growth there. Like, I think it would have been interesting if for The Force Awakens, like, they made her lose, maybe, or like maybe they made her lose, but like something else happened, like where like Kylo Ren, he's basically defeated, he can't get up or whatever, and then she leaves. She's all like, oh my gosh, like, if it weren't for you coming or someone coming, I don't even know. If it weren't for this to happen, I would have died, kind of thing, you know? And she kind of is like, I gotta practice because I lost that fight. I think that would be better. It would be way more interesting, you know? And we shouldn't forget the scene where, like, you know, she did the thing with the Force and was like, you will let me free or whatever, and the stormtrooper did that, you know, let her free, which, I don't know, like, not a lot of people have that power, and, like, all of a sudden, like, she knows what she's doing, she can do it, like, I mean, come on. Like, she could be, like, pretty strong in the Force, like, have a high midi-chlorian level or whatever, and just be, like, oh, like, pretty, like, just have an advantage, maybe, like, in, like, the Force compared to other people, but I think she just came off as too experienced, especially, like I said, like, when it came to fighting Kylo, like, with a lightsaber, like, she doesn't really know how to use it, like, there's, like, I don't know how she used it so well. I personally just think Rey's not that likable or well-rounded, you know, she's kind of, like, flat, you know, you can't really relate to someone who's, like, a natural in the beginning at everything, like, there wasn't really much to train. She didn't even train with Luke for that long and, like, defeated the Emperor. I mean, not even Luke defeated the Emperor. Like, he couldn't have done it by himself if it weren't for Vader. Like, and then Rey uses the power of the Jedi. Honestly, I don't remember that movie that much, I'm gonna be honest. But, like, she dies, gets revived, and then uses the power of the Jedi. I just, you know, kind of too much for me. Also, her chemistry with the other characters wasn't that memorable to me, which must mean, like, it wasn't that great. You know, but like I said, we saw more with Ahsoka than Rey, so who knows, I guess. But there are other characters in Star Wars where we don't see as much, but we still kind of get the gist. But let's not go into that too much. I just think Rey, you know, just not relatable, you know? She's not relatable, and she also claimed to be a Skywalker, even though she's a Palpatine. Like, yeah, that's also stupid. She's Palpatine's granddaughter, which it's just too much for me. So I guess in conclusion, like, yeah, we had more time with Ahsoka, which gave us time to see her growth, but Rey didn't even have a squint of growth, like a little tiny bit of it. Like, she was just good from the beginning. Like, she went from like good to super good. Like, Ahsoka was pretty, like, she was kind of mid, you know, like, she couldn't beat everyone. And even in season 7, she, like, kind of struggled beating Darth Maul. And a lot of people claim that, oh, we didn't like Rey because she's a female character, or female Jedi, like, which, you know, of course isn't true, because we like Ahsoka. And I feel like that definitely wouldn't be the reason why I don't like Rey. I mean, you think I'm hating on my sisters? You know, like, what? I just think Rey, it just isn't really that interesting of a character, and making her Palpatine's granddaughter did not make her more interesting. It just made it dumb. But that's all. I actually had fun making this video, just going into it and talking about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like it, subscribe if you want more content like this, and I will see you guys next time.